Hello friends, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will consider subscribing to my channel if you're enjoying the instruction that I'm giving you. So today we're going to be talking about tone production. You know, it's funny, I was talking to two separate people recently, and they both told me that when they play, it sounds like cats like dying. Which I thought it was really funny that two separate people would tell me that. So I thought it would be a great idea to talk about the reasons why that could be. So if you've ever felt that you don't sound that great and you're not exactly sure why, this video is going to help you figure it out. So the first reason that you maybe are not producing the best sound is that you do not have a proper bow hold. I do have a video on my channel about how to hold the bow properly, which I will link down below. But this is literally where everything stems from. If you're not holding the bow properly, you don't have any hope of producing a good sound. So I can't emphasize how important it is to spend time either at the beginning of your really learning how to hold the bow properly, or if you realize that you're not holding it properly, spend time learning how to do that. When beginning students are first starting with me, we do the bow holds usually in the first lesson, and then their assignment for the week is to just do 10 bow holds a day. So if you're just beginning or if you're trying to rehab your bow hold, I definitely recommend just taking a week and just doing as many bow holds per day as you can. Literally just bow hold, really trying to train your hand to get in that right shape. So the second reason that you might not be producing as good of a tone as you would like to is squeezing here. We want our bow hold to be as loose and as relaxed as possible. If we are squeezing here, then it is not going to be easy for us to make a good sound. I feel like a lot of beginning students don't like to be as flexible and light as they need to be because they're subconsciously or consciously afraid of dropping the bow. Let me tell you, we've all been there, we've all dropped our bow before, and if you're really worried about this, maybe you just practice on like a carpeted area if possible, or a rug. But if you drop your bow while you're doing it, you're probably not going to damage the bow. So really try not to be afraid of that. The third reason that your tone maybe isn't the way that you would like it to be is pressing. So when we are drawing our bow, when we are trying to say draw a louder bow, we do not want to press into the string. It creates that kind of sound. What we want to do instead is let the natural weight of our arm fall into the string. And that creates a nice resonant tone. We want the string to be allowed to ring as much as possible. This resonance is what's going to cause us to sound louder. So if you're not sure how to feel the weight in your arm, here's a really good exercise for you to practice. You can put your bow arm in front of you like this, and then take your left hand and finger and try to feel all the weight in your elbow on your finger right here. You can move your finger gradually up the arm until you're right at the wrist. And that should allow you to feel more of a sinking feeling, which is what you need to feel when you're bowing. We want to be kind of feeling a U shape, not a pressing down shape. The fourth reason that you might not be getting such a great sound is kind of the opposite of that. You could be not putting enough weight into the string. So if I'm being too light here, my bow is going to slip and slide over the string and create kind of that harmonic-y noise that I just demonstrated. So to combat this, simply, again, feel the weight of your arm into the string. Play a little bit louder with a little bit more full tone. Also, make sure that you have a good contact point. The ideal contact point, which means where we want our bow to make contact with the string, is right in between the bridge and the fingerboard. If you're too close to the bridge, you're going to more easily get a really scratchy sound. So let's see what happens when I go really close to the bridge. It's really scratchy there. So make sure that your contact point halfway between the bridge and fingerboard. The fifth and final reason why you might not be getting the tone that you would like is that your elbow and wrist are not working properly. So basically what I mean by that, if you're constantly hearing different strings other than the one that you intended to play, one of two things could be happening. So the first is that your elbow could be either too high or too low. So if I'm playing on A string and I'm hearing D string, elbow is too high. If I'm hearing E string, elbow is too low. Wrist and elbow should generally be in the same plane. The second reason is that your wrist could be doing all sorts of funky things while you're drawing the stroke. So in order to just hear one string clearly, my wrist has to move kind of in a straight line downwards. If my wrist is moving all over the place, I'm going to hear a bunch of extra noises that I didn't want to hear. So those are the top 5 reasons why you are not getting a good sound. Which one applies to you, do you think? Or maybe it's a combination of a few of them. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you have any more questions about tone production. And thank you so much for watching.